Annalisa Six here with your January 2023 forecast for the astrological sign of Taurus, sun and rising sign. Make sure if you're Taurus rising or you're a Taurus, this is your video. This last month has really been a lot of, okay, I'm getting Mercury's retrograde. Bear with me on these videos. This has not been a smooth day or a smooth process, but talking about you, Taurus, Mercury retrograde has been in the part of the horoscope chart for Taurus that has to do with career and finding your place in the world. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn has had a lot to do with us reflecting our values around traditions and kind of these societal expectations that society has in the work that we're doing, essentially. And Capricorn rules that 10th house of career, of work, of the things that we're contributing to and who we are in the world. And so for you, Taurus, you've been reflecting a lot upon how you present yourself, who you associate with, and how you do the work that you do. And this is a really good time for you to look at what's not working and what is working and basically restructure how you want to move forward in 2023. Because we start the year out while Mercury's retrograde in Capricorn and Mars is still retrograde in Gemini, and we have Uranus retrograde in your sign of Taurus, January is not going to feel like a month where you're gaining a lot of momentum towards the things that you want to gain momentum for moving into January. My dogs are it's after dinner playtime for them right now, so they're roughhousing in this room. I apologize if there's noise. I have a French bulldog and a Boston Terrier, and they're wrestling right now. So when it comes to the goals that you're setting for 2023, the beginning half of January is going to be a really good time for you to just kind of make a list, sit down and kind of figure out what's working and what's not working, and what can you do after January to implement some of these changes. We have a full moon on January 6th at 16 degrees of Cancer. And where this is hitting the horoscope chart for you, it's going to have a lot to do with the same kind of themes, the perception of kind of how are you moving towards your goals? How are you moving towards the things that you want? Cancer is all about self-care, but there's a lot of connection to our lineage and the ideas that were kind of put in us by traditions, essentially, that our family had or society had. Capricorn Cancer rules that axis of like family values and societal values, societal responsibilities and traditions and rules and structures, and then where that carried on into the family structure. And so for you, you're reflecting a lot about how you relate to that structure and whether or not that's something that you're in alignment with and what it means for you to create more of something that you're in alignment with moving into the new year. And that's a theme for all of us all the time, right? We're always kind of in this period of reflecting and reviewing, but when Mercury's retrograde, Mars is retrograde, we're really in a reflect and review period. So a lot of people are starting out the new year probably like, okay, it's a new year, but you know, astrologically, it's not a new year. Our new year doesn't happen until Aries season starts. And so usually people will feel like, oh, why do the first few months of the year always suck? Well, technically, we don't really see momentum until March. And then astrologically with the retrogrades, we're really not going to start building momentum in this year until the end of January. So the first half of the year, it's just really good for you to focus on the work that you're currently doing, but how you can improve upon it by the time Aquarius season starts. Venus is going to be entering Aquarius at the beginning of the month. And so that's also going to be impacting some areas of your chart in a very positive way. So that's going to be kind of helping you redefine maybe some of your relationships with others. And maybe you feel more social, more inclined to focus on your community, be a part of your community. It's hitting the area of the horoscope chart that has a lot to do with the groups we associate with, the friendship circles that we operate within. And Venus is a great energy for networking and meeting new people. So if you're in a position where you want to network or you want to meet, you know, make new friends, this is a really good month for that. Venus will be entering Pisces at the end of the month. And so you might start to feel a little bit more reclusive and socially burnt out by the end of the month for where Pisces is hitting in the Taurus horoscope chart. Jupiter is going to be transiting through Aries again after stationing back in Aries in December. It's going to be going through the first 5 degrees of Aries for all of January. And so this is a really good time for you to work on your own internal concept. So where this is transiting in the horoscope chart has a lot to do with our subconscious and our subconscious beliefs about ourselves. And so for you, if you lack confidence in certain areas, and that's an area that you need to work on, Jupiter's going to come in and kind of help you work through that. It's also a really good time to start being creative and focus more on the ways that you can kind of work more creativity into your private world, your private life. Your values and what in your belief systems around your values are also going to be a really big theme for you for where Jupiter's hitting in this chart. So again, you're kind of trying to find where you want to align yourself this year through the month of January. It's not really the month to have it all figured out, but by February, you should start to see a little bit more of that momentum building. Because Uranus is retrograde in your sign of Taurus, you might still feel a little bit discombobulated until Uranus stations direct. Uranus is just a discombobulating planet. Like no matter what, it's always representing chaos and breaking up form and structure and bringing things into awareness that we weren't aware of before. And so when Uranus stations direct in Taurus and starts moving through Taurus more, that happens around the 22nd. This is going to be maybe one of those times where you have a breakthrough moment and you're like, this is what I'm ready to change. This is what I'm ready to do. And I want to go forward through it. At the end of the month, our new moon at 1 degree Aquarius happens on January 21st. And so again, this is hitting an area of the Taurus chart that has to do with community and setting intentions to bring more of the type of community into your life that you want. That could also have to do with some of the work that you're doing for where it's hitting in the Taurus chart. And so it's a good time for you to set intentions around that for sure. New moons are all about setting intentions and kind of figuring out what we want in our future month. So the moon has a 28.5 day cycle and we are setting intentions on a new moon. We're kind of hoping to see that culmination by the full moon. And so thinking really about who in your circle do you want, who in your community do you want to be, and who do you want to manifest into your personal community. That's a really positive thing for you to be thinking about. Let's see if there's anything else that is poignant. When the sun is entering Aquarius this year on the 20th, you're going to feel more of that energy towards socializing. So again, this will probably be a pretty active month for you when it comes to doing things out in the world with people. But with Jupiter, you know, kind of bringing you more internally, it's good for you to kind of find that restorative time to do stuff for yourself as well. And again, the beginning of the month, slow moving, Cancer full moon, you're going to want to retreat and kind of be more in that mode. But by the end of January, you'll start to feel more momentum. So this is a good time for you to start making plans for everything that I mentioned, but not necessarily taking action on them yet. We'll start being in action territory by February. All right, Taurus, good luck. Let me know in the comments if that was helpful, if you have any questions. Trying to keep these brief so that you're not hearing a bunch of the same stuff over and over and over again. But if you like having more, let me know and I will go into it deeper next month. All right, as always, good luck.